Welcome to Engineering 100. My name is Robert Mitchell, and we're going to look at computational tools, electronic spreadsheets. The learning objective of this video is for you to know how to use Excel to perform matrix operations and solve a set of linear equations. And let's see what we've got as far as definitions. Matrix, it's an array of unknown numbers, variables, or mathematical terms, and then a matrix size is defined by its unknown variables arranged in rows and columns. Sometimes it's also called an array. And then we're going to look at assignment number 9, simultaneous equations. Alright, assignment number 9. Excel matrices. In the very first worksheet that you come to, you put your name. When you put your name, I'll put my initials in this case. Hit enter. Notice the automatic scoring provided me 3 points for my name. Alright, let's read the problem. Complete problems 1, 2, and 6. Upload a single Excel file titled Assignment 9 with your initials at the end of the assignment title. Place your name on the instructions and guide worksheet. Completely fill in all appropriate shaded areas on each worksheet. Some may not require any entries because of the problem not being solvable. And then pay attention to the due date in Canvas. Note, not following instructions and placing the numbers in the correct cell or cells will result in not receiving points. So let's try problem number 1, and we're going to look at A. In this case, it's a 3 by 3, and the first number in this array is 3. The second number is 0. The third in that row is 5. We move to the second row. It is 8, then 7, then 8. And the third row will be 0, 3, 7. Now let's fill in the resultant. The resultant in this cell is 3, 8, and 2. Also notice that I now have 12 out of 52 because I have 12 of the cells filled in correct. I've increased the size of the problem so that it's easier to read. We have our array set up 3 by 3. We have our resultant 1 by 3. Now let's proceed with determining the solution. Well, the first thing in determining a solution, we must find the determinant. How do you do that? You go up to the insert function, f sub x, click on it. This function dialog box comes up. Because I've used them in the past, they are in this already used block because it says most recently used. Let's assume that I did not have it. So I wanted to find it. I type in matrix. Now I must click go. I cannot click anything else. In this case, it didn't like it. So let me see what I can do with trying it again. Matrix. There we are. I have mdeterm, matrix inverse, matrix multiply, and matrix unit. In this case, I'm doing matrix determinant, returns the matrix determinant of an array. I click OK. It has a predetermined definition for the array, however that's an incorrect definition. So we want to highlight our 3 by 3 array, gave us the right set of references for cells, and we click OK. The number that came up was 195. In a determinant, if a determinant is 0, there is no solution. If it is a negative number or a positive number, that means there's a solution. This is a positive number. I go to my solution exists and I put an X in yes. When I do that, it automatically gave more points to the score. So let's go back down and proceed. And I won't go back to the score until we're finished. Alright, the next thing we need to do is the matrix inverse. So I highlight my 3 by 3. I click on my F sub X. I have my matrix inverse. Again, if you had not used it, you would need to type in matrix above and then choose the minverse. Click OK. Gives you a line to fill in. We highlight our array. Our 3 by 3 gives us the proper references. At this point, you must do a specific set of operations. You push down on Control and Shift keys, hold them down, and click on Enter. It will fill in your array. If by some chance you do something wrong, let me see if I can demonstrate. So here's my array. I highlight my array, and let's say that I didn't have the Control or the Shift keys firmly held down. Notice what it did. It gave me one number and the rest were pound value. So to correct this, I have to delete the 3 by 3, go back up to F sub X. I've already used the matrix inverse, so I click OK. I highlight my matrix, my array, Control, Shift, held down simultaneously, hit Enter, and it gave me my numbers. Notice that they are 4 decimal places to the right, or 4 places to the right of the decimal point. I do this in the array to try and give me a little accuracy and also to little more understanding of what those numbers are. Let me go to the solution. Same similar process. I highlight my 3 by 1. I go up to F sub X, matrix multiplication. I click OK. Now I have 2 lines to fill in. The first one has to be your matrix inverse, your array inverse. Move this over. The second one has to be your resultant numbers. Again, Control Shift held down at the same time, hit the Enter key, and I now have 64 out of 16. Let me shrink this down. I now have a score of 20 out of 52. But there's 20 points associated with accomplishing this particular problem. Let's go back to our instruction sheet. Notice it automatically brought the 20 forward. At this point I have 23 out of 135 possible. You proceed on with the rest of the arrays, and as you do this, if you're doing it correctly, the score will increase. Same for problem 2. But problem 6 is a little different. It's a material balance of an extractor, in this case a coffee maker. This problem is similar to the one presented in the presentation on matrices, so I suggest you go back and look at that presentation and then come back to this problem and complete it. That concludes the video help for Excel matrices.